Hey everybody! So today in class you designed your ramps in your cars and you picked 3 interactions to have with your car tomorrow. So be super excited to come to science because we're going to be testing those interactions and seeing what will happen between forces and motion with our cars. But before we do that, I wanted to help you understand forces a little bit better and to understand why we're learning about them. One way that we see forces in everyday life is through sports. So I've done a couple demonstrations for you to help you see these forces in action. You'll be watching me play basketball, golf, baseball, and throw a frisbee. While I'm doing this, I'll explain to you what's going on between the forces and the motion of the object. And then at the very end, I'm going to have a little bit of a challenge for you. So keep watching. So in this first video, I am shooting a basketball. So what's happening is I'm pushing up on the ball, so that's my force, and then the ball moves towards the net, and that's the motion of the ball. So in the next video, you're going to see a close-up shot so you can see just how I apply that force to the ball. In that second little clip, you can see my hand pushing up on the ball, which is creating a force, and then the ball going into motion. In the next clip, you're going to see me playing golf. So keep a close eye on the golf club and the ball, and then I'll explain the forces. Here you can see me playing golf. I swing the club and it hits the ball. So that's kind of like a push on the ball, and then the ball is in motion. So first you have the force, which is a push, and then the ball goes into motion. In the next clip, you'll see a closer up video so you can see that golf club push the ball. I swing the club and it hits the ball, and that's the force, and then the ball goes into motion. So next you're going to see me throwing a frisbee. When I throw a frisbee, I kind of pull on the disc. So I'll pull it forward, let go, and it'll start flying, and that's the motion. So check out this video to see it. Now that you've seen me throw the frisbee once, I'm going to show you a closer up video of me pulling the frisbee forward and letting go. This will really help you to see the force and then the motion. So in this close-up video, you can see me pulling the disc so it goes into motion. So you see that force and then you see the motion. In the next video, you're going to see me playing baseball. A ball is going to be thrown in my direction and then I will hit it with a bat. Check out and see if you can find the force. So let's see if you guessed it. The ball hits the bat when I swing. So the bat is like a push on the ball and then the ball goes into motion. Were you right? Next you're going to see it close up just so you can see that impact of the push onto the ball. Now that you've seen the clip close up, could you tell that the bat pushed the ball into motion? So one thing I should tell you about all of these different sports is that almost every piece of equipment was in a balanced state before I interacted with it. So the basketball was balanced because no other forces were acting on it. But as soon as I pushed it, it became unbalanced. Then the golf ball was balanced before I hit it with the golf club, and that created an unbalanced force as I pushed the ball with the club. The frisbee was balanced as I was holding it. No other forces were working on it, but when I pulled it forward, it became unbalanced, and so it went into motion. Now the baseball was already in motion, so it was already unbalanced, but I created a change in motion by hitting it. So keep these things in mind as we continue on with this unit. Sports are just one example of forces that we see in everyday life. So my challenge to you is to find another sport that I didn't demonstrate in this video or something else that uses applied forces to create motion, and then tell me in class. So to get some help with this, you could ask a parent, a grandparent, a sibling, or even a friend, and you guys can work together to figure out another sport and to figure out another way that we use forces to apply motion. We'll talk about it tomorrow in class before we test our cars, and then we'll start experimenting. So I can't wait to hear all of your ideas, and I'll see you then.